The match abandoned here at Maidenhead. The rain still coming down, although not quite so heavy. Very frustrated Mark Jones with me. Mark, you were 1-0 up, 15 minutes to go. I think finally that tackle from Joe there probably turned the referee's mind, but you must be very frustrated that the game's been abandoned.
Yeah, I mean, so late in the game, I think, what was it, about 13 minutes, 14 minutes to go. You know, once we come this far, you sort of think, well, let's just try and keep it going and try and get through it. To be fair, I don't think Maidenhead sort of want to do it all again either, to be honest. You know, the referee obviously called it. You know, it was pretty bad out there. I'm not saying it wasn't, but, you know, from our point of view, obviously, you know, 1-0 up with, 13, 40 minutes to go, all of the effort the players have put in for nothing, really. And that's who I feel for. I feel for the players. I mean, you know, they've sort of worked so hard there, throwing themselves in the puddles, in the mud, and you know, we're 1-0 up and we've got to do it all again, which just seems so unfair, really. But you know, the referee's made a decision. You know, it was in the second half, to be fair, it was turning into a little bit of a lottery. You know, it wasn't really a game of football. You know, I mean, it was just sort of who could probably kick it the furthest in the wet. You know, so it wasn't great, I admit. But we were, like you said at the start, just incredibly frustrating for our players that we've given everything there for 76, 77 minutes, whatever it was, and you know, you feel a little bit as if it's what was the point, really. But you know, but we'll have to sort of, you see, I don't know if the game's going to be Tuesday here, but you know, if it keeps raining, you know, we might not get that game Tuesday. I don't know, but we're very disappointed, obviously. Yeah.
And also not only an abandoned game, so you have to do it all over again. You've lost another player through injury as well, Bobson Balling going off, so it doesn't get any easier, does it, Mark? You've now got to sort of regroup and prepare probably for a game on Tuesday here, and you've got a bit of a threadbare squad at the moment.
Yeah, you know, but I can't see any of the injured players being back for Tuesday, and like I say, Bobson now, so I've got to have a look at it, obviously, you know. But yeah, I mean, we started with quite a young side today. Tom Carter making his sort of debut, and we had Craig Fassin starting the game again today. So yeah, you know, very young side. I always like to try and give opportunities to players that come through our academy. But no, we had a go. You know, it was obviously the conditions made it very, very difficult. It wasn't just the rain, was it? I mean, it was. You know, the freezing conditions as well. You know, it was awful conditions. I mean, but yeah, once you got that far, you hope you can just get the game over with and move on. But yeah, very frustrating that we've got to come again.
And Mark, referees are always going to be in awkward situations when this sort of thing happens. I mentioned in my pre-match preview that the pitch was actually pretty ropey before the game had started, so maybe in hindsight that the game wasn't playable from the start. And I guess you're frustrated at the moment that you have to have a little bit of sympathy for the officials having to make a decision, because they don't want to abandon a game any more than you want a game abandoned.
No, they don't. I mean, you know, you have to accept the decision. I just sort of, you know, it was just the decision obviously was made, but I just wondered if there was a possible we could try and sort of sweep some of the water off, because now if you look at it, the rain seems to have actually eased right off typically. I mean, just about sums it up really, doesn't it? I mean, it's hardly raining now. So it was just sort of, I just maybe thought we could try and just sort of fork the worst areas, or at least try to finish the game, but he obviously just said no, that's it, and walked off. Obviously their players sort of ran off the pitch, you know, very quickly. You know, that's it. But yeah, it just feels like a bit of a wasted day, to be honest. And obviously, when we're in a winning position, you know, we're extremely disappointed. But there's like, you know, we can't control any of that. What can we do about it? We just got to see if we can patch some lads up for Tuesday, if it is Tuesday. As I say, I don't think Ashby, McEachran, Self will still be cup side. Sam Nombe won't be available, so you know, we're going to have a look and see what side we can get out there on Tuesday.
Just mentioning though the performance of the players that did put on the shirt for you today. I mean, it was 75 minutes of real effort, real battle, and I know the game's been abandoned and you're frustrated, but you must be really proud of how they performed.
Well, I think we've got an honest bunch, haven't we? You know, we're not soft. You know, we the players put themselves on the line today, and we're proud of them for that. You know, And yeah, we're the boys are working hard. We think we're in a good place at the moment. And we just got to keep going. I mean, but like I say, I'm a little bit frustrated with the whole affair today. But no, couldn't have asked any more from the players. Every single one of them, worked their socks off for the club and working hard for each other. We've got a good team spirit about us, and we're going to need that to carry us through. Hopefully, in a week or so, it might be one or two players. As I say, I don't think for Tuesday, but I don't think Josh Ashby's too far away. We're going to try and sort of keep treating Zach McEachran. I think Sam Nombe will be available for next Saturday. Self will be back as well then, so we'll have a few back, but yeah, last thing we want to do is come here on Tuesday, if I'm honest, but it is what it is. And to be fair to Maidenhead and Alan Devonshire, they sort of said, oh Christ, we might as well just try and keep going, but it wasn't anything to do with them desperately trying to get it called off. It was just like you say, the referees called it, but sod's law, yeah, it sort of seems to have stopped raining, and obviously someone wasn't shining down on us today, that's for sure.
Mark, I'm going to say unlucky. Richard deserved to be in the lead, and hopefully this won't affect things, and you'll get a decent side out. I'm sure you will, and progress when the game is finally replayed. I'm not sure it will be fit for Tuesday. The pitch is extremely heavy, more rain forecast, so we'll see what happens. Mark, thanks very much.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.